Formula One is preparing to enter territories that, until just a few years ago, seemed completely out of reach for motorsport. Now, two brand new circuits are inching closer to joining the prestigious F1 calendar potentially as soon as 2027, signaling a massive transformation in the sport's global footprint. The world of Formula One is on the brink of a major evolution, with new racing venues rising from previously untapped regions. One of the most ambitious projects is the colossal Qadiyah track in Saudi Arabia, which is quickly nearing completion, while over in South Africa, the Carmi circuit has just been granted the much-coveted FIA Grade 1 status, an essential requirement for hosting a Formula One Grand Prix. All of this raises one electrifying question. Are we about to witness a radical calendar shakeup? And if so, which legendary tracks could be left behind in the name of global expansion and commercial interest? Formula One's message couldn't be clearer. The sport is evolving beyond the traditions that have defined it for decades. It's expanding into new markets, welcoming futuristic designs, and redefining what a modern racetrack even looks like. A perfect example of this shift is the Qadiyah project in Saudi Arabia. But make no mistake, this is not just another racing facility. Qadiyah is being designed as a complete entertainment spectacle, combining adrenaline-pumping racing with immersive fan experiences. The track will feature a jaw-dropping first corner that climbs and drops 108 meters, weaving above a live music venue, something the sport has never seen before. Designed by the visionary architect Alex Verres, the Qadiyah circuit isn't simply a place for racing cars. It's intended to deliver unforgettable moments that merge sport with culture and innovation. McLaren driver Lando Norris echoed the excitement when he praised the bold design, stating, "I've seen the video and the preview, it looks pretty crazy. It's what Saudi Arabia does. Full respect to them for coming up with some crazy things and trying to make it as cool as it looks. You've got a lot of places that are nowhere near as lively and fun. So if you want people to be attracted to the sport, you don't want it to just be a track in the middle of nowhere that no one visits." The ambitions behind Qadiyah are sky high, with the project aiming to redefine how we experience Formula One, blending state-of-the-art racing with world-class entertainment. Even Prince Khalid of Saudi Arabia has emphasized that this development isn't just about motorsport, it's about creating something revolutionary. Based on what we know so far, the circuit will boast 3 DRS zones and be built to optimize overtaking, with projected top speeds reaching a blistering 325 km per h. It's important to note that when the F1 grid eventually arrives at Qadiyah, it will likely be within a new technical era expected after 2027, where the cars are rumored to be narrower and designed to promote more dynamic, wheel-to-wheel racing. While those upcoming technical regulations are still under wraps, it's clear that Qadiyah is setting the stage for the next generation of Formula One. Prince Khalid bin Sultan Al Abdullah Al Faisal recently expressed pride in the project's rapid development and addressed the timeline for its debut. He confirmed that the circuit will be ready by 2027 but cautioned that other surrounding infrastructure must also be completed. He acknowledged the reality of mega-project delays but added that there's no immediate rush to abandon the current Saudi venue in Jeddah. If everything goes well and Formula One feels comfortable, then we may see a transition, he said. But we're realistically thinking about 2028, maybe even 2029. This naturally raises questions about the future of the Jeddah Corniche circuit, which has hosted the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix since 2021. While nothing is set in stone, the writing appears to be on the wall. It seems increasingly unlikely that Saudi Arabia would host 2 races per season, especially long-term. That said, a rotational format between Qadiyah and Jeddah hasn't been completely dismissed. Prince Khalid explained, "Having 2 races or rotating between the two is too early to discuss. Right now, we're focused on enjoying what time remains in Jeddah and then transitioning to Qadiyah when the time is right. But nothing has been decided yet. We still need to take many other factors into account." And those other factors include the growing pressure from other nations eager to host their own Grand Prix. Thailand, for instance, has launched a $1.2 billion initiative to build a state-of-the-art F1 circuit, signaling serious intentions to become part of the world's biggest motorsport event. Meanwhile, South Africa is charging forward with its own effort, particularly the Kyalami circuit, now upgraded with the vital FIA Grade 1 certification. This upgrade makes the venue fully eligible to host a Formula One race, a huge leap from its previous Grade 2 status. Kyalami has undergone extensive work to improve runoff areas, safety barriers, debris fencing, and drainage systems. While the actual layout remains the same, the track is now compliant with the highest safety and technical standards. The circuit's owner, Toby Venter, was quick to express his optimism. This is a defining moment for South African motorsport. When we acquired Kyalami in 2014, we committed to restoring it as not just a world-class venue, but as a symbol of motorsport across the African continent. The FIA's approval of our Grade 1 design is a major step forward on that journey. However, challenges still linger. South Africa's internal political climate poses uncertainties, and other regions within the country, such as Cape Town, have begun to present rival bids backed by different investor groups. If that weren't enough, Rwanda has now entered the picture, bringing with it a rapidly growing economy and substantial international interest. Even Stefano Domenicali, CEO of Formula One, has publicly stated that he would be thrilled to see the sport travel to Rwanda. So, while Kyalami has momentum, it's not necessarily the frontrunner. Still, the biggest advocate for a return to South Africa remains seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. The Ferrari driver has been outspoken in his desire to race in South Africa before he retires. "I'm working behind the scenes to make it happen," Hamilton said. "That would be such a dream for me. I have to stick around until they get that race on the calendar. But as new destinations emerge, the reality is that something has to give." Formula One currently caps its season at 24 races, a number many drivers already find overwhelming. Even at this limit, the physical and mental toll on drivers and F1 personnel has been significant, with fatigue and jet lag taking a clear toll. With the recent cancellation of Imola and the addition of Madrid's urban circuit, long-standing venues are now under threat. Barcelona, in particular, is on the chopping block. While it has been the home of the Spanish Grand Prix for decades, the new Madrid layout is expected to overshadow it, both in spectacle and financial appeal. Experts believe Barcelona may face the same fate as Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium, which is already set to be left off the calendar in 2028 and 2030 under a rotational deal. Spain's government has signaled resistance to maintaining two separate Grands Prix due to the economic burden, making it more likely that either Barcelona will be removed entirely or both tracks will have to alternate years. So what happens when countries like Thailand, South Africa, or Saudi Arabia come forward with massive investments and fully developed Grade 1 certified venues? The financial appeal is simply too tempting for Formula One to ignore. As much as tradition matters to fans, the sport is now a global business, and calendar decisions are increasingly driven by revenue potential. Nations like Saudi Arabia, through state-backed giants like Aramco and corporate partners like Aston Martin, are pouring enormous capital into F1's future. It's hard to imagine those investments going unrewarded. For many, this evolution in Formula One represents both a thrilling leap into the future and a painful departure from its roots. Iconic tracks like Spa, Monza, and Suzuka are suddenly less secure, and newer, more commercially aggressive venues are starting to dominate the discussion. We're entering a critical moment in the sport's history. As much as drivers, teams, and longtime fans may resist the shift, the expansion appears inevitable. If it means saying goodbye to Barcelona or trimming down European stops in favor of events in South Africa, Thailand, or even South Korea, then that's what's going to happen. The financial incentives are simply too strong, and Formula One, under its current leadership, has made it clear that growth is the top priority even if it comes at the cost of heritage. So what do you think about this major expansion into new territories? Is it the bold new chapter that Formula One needs, or the beginning of the end for its traditional soul? And more importantly, which circuits do you think are most at risk of being dropped to make room for the likes of Qatar, Kyalami, or Bangkok? Let us know in the comments down below. And once you've done that, don't forget to click the video on your screen right now for even more breaking F1 coverage. The future of Formula One is being rewritten, and you won't want to miss what's coming next.